You joining us now, Santa Clarita Mayor Bill Miranda. Mr. Mayor, thank you for your time. Give us a picture of what those in your community are dealing with and an update on any evacuations.
Thank you very much, Marnie. The first thing I want to say, and your reporter just touched on it, I-5. I-5 is one of the largest, most used corridors for commerce in the entire country. It goes all the way from the Mexican border to the Canadian border, and all kinds of commerce comes through there. Pretty much everything that comes in from Asia goes through I-5. So it's very important for us to make sure that I-5 stays open for as much as it can. And the firefighters did a great job at keeping it open. We had to close it for a couple of minutes, or a few minutes, if you will, but it's open now and open for commerce. The other thing I want to say is we're experienced with disaster. We've had huge fires in the past. We've had earthquakes, and unfortunately, we've also had shootings. So we are experienced. That's the good news. The bad news is that we have that experience, and we've had to go through all those events in the past. We also learned from the two main fires at Palisades and Altadena. We learned that it's so important for our community to be vigilant, to be aware, and when warned, to have an evacuation pack ready to go. And an evacuation pack is basically a backpack, not a suitcase. Load it up, make sure you have your critical papers, make sure you have your medicine in it. And the second thing is, if and when you get the order to evacuate, evacuate now. Now meaning right now, not 10 minutes from now, not 15 minutes from now. Evacuate immediately. That helps first responders. You go and you're safe, and you make it possible for the first responders to come in and protect your home. So please do that. The attitude here in Santa Clarita is we're blessed that so far so good, as we like to say. We haven't been directly impacted other than smoke with the fires, but anything can change. And again, your reporter mentioned the winds. The winds overnight got very strong and spread the fire. We're subject to the winds, the force of the winds and the swirling of the winds. And remember, embers can go as far as 1 mile and sometimes 2 miles. So in Santa Clarita, until the fire is completely contained, and it's only 14% contained right now, we have to be vigilant.
Right, and you're right about that. You cannot underestimate the threat that these fires pose when the winds do shift. Do you have evacuation centers open, and how are you preparing for the possibility that more may have to find a safe place?
Yes, because we've had disasters in the past, we have set up routines and practice routines on a regular basis, and evacuation routines are one of the things we practice. We have the College of the Canyons. We have and their gymnasium is very big, and that's one of our evacuation centers. We can use our community centers. We have 3 community centers in our city with large spaces should we need them for evacuation. And of course, we can use the high schools. The high school gymnasiums, which we used one of the high school gymnasiums yesterday. So we're prepared for evacuations.
How about resources? Because you've got firefighters in different areas still trying to battle the fires that cause so much devastation, then also shifting the focus. Do you have enough crew? And what are some of the measures being taken to make sure that folks get rest and are ready if the firefight gets worse?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned the firefighters, because some of them have been working 9 days straight, 24-hour days, barely getting rest. I don't know how they do it. They have to be in fantastic shape. But more importantly, they have to have a passion and commitment that most of us just wouldn't be able to meet. We thank the firefighters for all they've done. We've got over 4,000 of them working in our area. We've got backup with sheriff deputies, as many as we need. We have a lot of volunteers. Right now, from a manpower standpoint, we're hanging in there pretty nicely, I think. But should the situation get worse, we're going to need more volunteers.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.